Shane M wants to know, Natalie, if you've ever seen Borowski smile.
I have actually seen Borowski's smile.
Okay.
Interestingly enough. But no, I was telling Alita about this before we got on, actually. So I went to law school in Milwaukee, and that's where Milwaukee County Circuit Court is. And for everybody who's like aspiring to be an attorney in law school, one of the best things I think I ever did was take classes from adjunct professors.
Yes.
Because those are the people who actually work in the community. And I mean, it's really nice to have a professor who's like, top of the ivory tower, but that's not necessarily going to get you so far. And when I was in trial ad, one of the adjunct professors, I had was actually a different Milwaukee County Circuit Court judge called Janet Protasewicz. And she brought in for our finals other actual Milwaukee court judges to, judge our final fake trials. And he was one of the one. He wasn't actually the one where I was an attorney. I was the victim in that case. But I mean, he's another person that kind of is like Schrader in a lot of ways, that he's going to give everybody shit all the time. It's not like he's specifically going to direct any sort of animus towards a specific party, like our specific side. But no, I mean, I have seen him smile like a couple times. Maybe.
Yeah, but I do agree that adjunct professors, when I was in law school, the adjunct professors tended to be the ones that I enjoyed going to class for much more so, because I really think that it's just because they were in a habit of talking about the law to non-lawyers. And so to explain the law to people who were uninitiated. So when you're going through law school, you're still very much learning a lot. And especially in the first couple of years, maybe not so much in the third year, you usually by that point, you've kind of gotten the system down and, how to sort of analyze things. But especially in the first couple of years, the ones that were my favorite were the ones who were adjunct for precisely that reason. They just seemed to be much better at explaining legal concepts and how everything fit into the grander scheme.
Well, you got to hustle yourself at some certain level as well, is when you don't have like a guaranteed job coming up. It's, I want to make connections with people who, you might actually be looking at an associate at your firm by the time that I, get out. Or if I don't end up with the favorite job that I have right away, I can switch over, do things like that. Those are the people in the real world who know how it works, who give you the best guidance, I think.
But a lot of times, like I always felt like when I was an adjunct at a law school for a couple of years. And one thing I found is that the people, the tenured professors, they were doing this for 20, 30, 40 years, right? So, and they hadn't seen them in the courtroom for that long. So any of the newer stuff that happened, or any of the, the way the law actually worked in the moment, in the present sense, they really didn't know. They kind of just knew the theory about the law. I remember my contracts professor used to tell us, she's like, she did like one case, but she was like the expert on contract law. Right. Yeah. But it was kind of like that little disconnect from reality.
Yeah. My contracts professor also did one. She said she did one like case that actually was in a courtroom, and she just completely messed it up. And I'm like, okay, well, good to know.
Yeah. I did take administrative law at one point, and I really regretted it, because I don't, the professor, I don't really know if he understood what his role was in that classroom. So it definitely wasn't to explain things in a way that really made much sense.